Hey guys, welcome to the Office of the University Historian and Historic Properties. I'm here today with Naomi Mucci, who's our Director of Historic Properties. And this video is to essentially tell y'all about if you're a Clemson person or you're a South Carolinian and you're looking for something to do on 4th of July or the week after to celebrate and commemorate the American Revolution 250th, I wanted to just share a few things that we're doing at Clemson, that the state's doing, and that we're doing historic properties. So the first thing I wanted to share is you need to download an app on your phone called the Liberty Trail South Carolina app. Now this app is great because it can take you to over 400 sites around the state of South Carolina to visit. So anywhere you're going, you can pull up the Liberty Trail and pull up a site to visit in any little town in South Carolina. And Naomi has worked super hard to get our 3 sites here in Clemson on the Liberty Trail. So you can go visit the sites here at Clemson, Fort Rutledge, Hopewell House, or Hanover on the Liberty Trail app. The second thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is our Brick by Brick book series. We're in the 3rd summer of our Brick by Brick book series, and this year Naomi and I decided to focus it around the American Revolution. So tell folks a little bit about the Brick by Brick series.
So Brick by Brick is a summer author series that we do here in Historic Properties. We do it throughout June and July over the course of 5 different weeks where we bring in leading historians to talk about their research. This year we've themed it with the American Revolution, so we have 5 authors who, 3 have already come, we have 2 more ready to go. Our next one is Carl Borick from the Charleston Museum to talk about his new book, Backcountry Resistance. And then following every lecture, we pair them with a tour of a historic site here in the area.
Awesome.
So next week, we'll be going to Hanover House. Our final Brick by Brick will culminate with a visit to the Upcountry Museum to see our exhibit there.
And these are on Tuesday nights at the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute?
Yes, they are.
What time for folks?
They start at 5:45 p.m. and they end usually around 8:30 if you participate on the tour.
Awesome. You can get food too and meet the authors and get your book signed, so it's a fun evening. Speaking of the Charleston Museum, there's another great exhibit in the Charleston Museum on the American Revolution that Clemson has loaned some artifacts to. Do you want to tell them about that and Chad Stewart?
Yes, so this year we partnered with the Charleston Museum as well as a Clemson grad who's their curator of collections there. His name is Chad Stewart. So we worked with Chad to loan our Washington chair, which is normally on display at Fort Hill, but we thought we would lend a hand to the Low Country.
Yeah, help them out a little bit.
Yes. So in our collection at Fort Hill, we are fortunate enough to be the caretakers of one of General Washington's chairs that Thomas Green Clemson got from his sister who married into the Washington family. So for a little bit longer, a few more months, it's on display down in Charleston, and then it'll travel to our exhibit with the Upcountry Museum after that.
Great segue. So if you're in the Low Country, you can go to the Charleston History Museum. If you're in Greenville or the Upcountry, tell us about the Upcountry History Museum and the Clemson exhibit on the Revolution we're doing there.
Yeah, so we partnered with the Upcountry Museum in Greenville to do a special exhibit highlighting the history of the Upcountry's role in the American Revolution. We have 25 items on loan to them, including General Andrew Pickens' saber, John
Which
Ewing,
we found in the basement of
Fort Hill. Yes.
Yeah.
And we had it conserved and cleaned so it'd be ready for display. We also have John Ewing Colquhoun's rifle, as well as a lot of other great objects that date to the Revolutionary era. One of my favorites is a little nutmeg grater that a soldier would have carried with him. So everyday items that you don't think about, but that they would have carried with them and would have made home with them on the battlefield.
So this is in the Upcountry History Museum in downtown Greenville.
Yep.
And it's an amazing exhibit. Clemson is the main sponsor. You and I helped write some of the exhibit context. So this is going to be a really great exhibit if you want to support Clemson to go to this.
Yes, and it's on display till next September, so plenty of time to go see it.
Till September. All right, so if you're in the Upcountry, the Low Country, if you're in the Midlands, my good friend Ramon Jackson, who we went to the College of Charleston together, has just helped curate an exhibit at the State Museum on the American Revolution. So if you're in Columbia and you're a Clemson person, go up to Ramon and say, hey, Otis sent us to come see this exhibit. The other thing I would say is the Pickens County Museum has an exhibit on Andrew Pickens, which is really great to go check out. So there's all kind of things you could do. I also learned that on the 4th of July, Americans around the country at noon are going to be ringing a bell in celebration of liberty of 250 years.
Nice.
So that's something you can do with your kids and have fun, ringing a bell out at noon on 4th of July, and then go watch the fireworks. Anything else in closing you'd like to tell people about what we're doing with historic properties or Clemson history or anything?
I would say pay attention to our social media, Facebook and Instagram. That's where we post most of the up-to-date information about our events. In the fall, we'll be hosting a 3-week-long book club with the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. We'll also be doing 4 sets of day trips out to Rev War sites here in the upstate. And then in the spring, we'll be doing a teen poetry fellowship for our high school learners.
Awesome. Also, too, if you're interested and you're 60 and over, you can take an audit for free, our Clemson history class that I teach with Dr. Josh Catalano in the fall. And that will be largely focused on American Revolution topics and Clemson's connection to the American Revolution. Naomi, thank you so much for joining us today for this segment. And thank you so much for coming to Clemson and bringing all your amazing talents and abilities here. So y'all have a good one. Go Tigers.